About what transportation is going to look like in this new normal with students returning to school after 2 months.
Yeah, we have about 950 buses that'll be hitting the road this week and next week. We're welcoming back our pre-K through 5th grade students this week, as well as our special ed students. Next week, we'll be welcoming back our middle and high school kids. We have a lot of safety precautions in place for our students as well as our drivers. Again, reminding parents the attestation form is needed each week that the student attends school. That's just a sort of a symptom screener that parents can give, take care for their kids to give to the bus drivers, and we turn that into the schools. Students will be seated at the elementary level. We're in Plan A under the governor's order, so no restrictions for seating there. Our middle and high school kids will be seated one student per seat. And the driver has all of their proper PPE to protect them while they're on the bus with kids.
All right.
Will you all be providing PPE for
Yeah.
the students?
Well, we have additional masks. If a student comes to the bus without their mask, we will provide a mask for them. And the drivers have, of course, all of their PPE for them.
And our elementary students only riding the bus with elementary students, and middle and high schoolers are only with middle and high schoolers?
Yeah, the only difference is we have some K-8 schools, so some students are already in that kind of a configuration, so those students would ride together.
When you say there's no restrictions for the smaller children, that means?
Yeah, no capacity restrictions, so students could sit 2 to a seat or perhaps 3, but we're trying to limit that as much as possible to just 2 per seat.
And middle and high schoolers?
1 student per seat.
How many students do you have riding the bus as of now with this return to school?
So for total, I think we're going to be somewhere closer to about 55,000 that we're expected to welcome back in the next couple of weeks. Certainly that's half of what we would normally transport in a regular year. So we know that it will probably pick back up once parents feel comfortable bringing kids back to school, and we're ready for that.
So what's the protocol for the bus drivers? I'm sorry I didn't
Sure.
hear that.
Yeah, so the drivers will get their temperatures checked each morning before they board their bus. They have to do a symptom screener, just like all of the rest of the employees in the district do, just to say that they're ready to come back to work and have no COVID-19 symptoms. Drivers will also have their face covering, face shield, gloves if needed, hand sanitizer, etc.
Some people were concerned, people as in parents were concerned about overcrowding on the buses. Is that something that you all are aware of, those concerns that parents have, and what would be your response to that?
Yeah, so we've tried to limit on our K-5 buses 40 students or fewer, so we shouldn't have any concern for overcrowding. Again, the students are in a rotation situation, so we know that they'll have plenty of room if needed on most of our buses. Good.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, this is National Love the Bus Week across the country, so we want to recognize our transportation staff and our bus drivers that are out here doing the frontline work to get kids back to school, and we just want to say that so much that we're proud of them. They're out here doing a good job for us, and we're so appreciative of the work that they do.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Do bus drivers have to sanitize every morning, wipe
Yep.
down the seats?
Bus drivers will clean their buses twice a day, but we also have a special team of drivers that will sanitize the bus morning after all the routes are completed, and again in the afternoon after the routes are completed.
I did have one more question.
Sure.
You said the pre-K students were able to sit 2 or more to a seat?
Yeah, any of the students pre-K through 5th grade, and once we get into the middle school, then they're seated 1 per seat.
And do they have to wear
Why
a
are
mask?
they? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Why are they allowed to do that with the younger students?
Because the governor's order in Plan A does not call for any restrictions on seating capacity or that spacing in the schools, so they don't have that restriction like the middle or the high school students do.
And do they have to wear a mask as well?
Masks are still required, yes
Okay.
ma'am.